See, it's a little bit more people come in, but we're gonna start it off. All right. Maybe that's a little bit too bright. Got that light. Yeah, let's turn that down a little bit. All right. Brakataya. Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Shah, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Shah, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Shah, Brakataya Hawa, Bashama Mashak Shah. Shabbat Tazapanya, Banyamyan, the sons of Yashala camp out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory, especially in these times today, unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Hakwadash. Double honors unto the elder apostles, elder bishops, and head elders of Great Millstone GMS who do rule well. Salutations upon the hopeful elect scattered abroad. All right. And a special shalom to the sincere Akim and very few Akwath, all right, that are not only hearers of this word, but doers as well, all right, that are listening and learning, talking to the Akwath here, because this is to the Akwath here, in silence and subjection under your husbands, man, all right, and humility. So we going to get into it, man. This is going to be like regarding a comment that I was asked from a female, okay, Gadite woman, all right, and so you can see in the topic, right, and I got it in capital letters, and it's funny, anytime you, like the apostles say, you put woman in the title, is going to have all type of views, all type of views, so I'm expecting, this to have, a higher view count than most, so Lord willing, this is edifying, okay, to the elect, okay, but this is, referring to, these Akwath here, because those that are watching are going to not have husbands, right? And I was asked by, like I said, a Gadite sister, you feel me? Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatam, everybody tuning in. Shalom, Malak. Shalom, Labanah. Shalom. All right. So it says regarding romance and if a man should court you. Okay. And then we're going to get a biblical take on this to have full understanding, because the scripture says what? Wisdom is the principal thing. All right. And matter of fact, let me start off with that. It is making me smile because, I love this truth so much. And you would expect, see, in the world, so-called Christian women, right? They would, I want a God-fearing man. Not fully understanding that statement. If a man fears the Most High in 100% truth, right? This truth that we in, which is the truth. His principal thing that he's mentally gravitated to is not you, woman. It is the Most High. So to a woman that is in a Western civilization mindset, she's not going to understand based on her Disney expectations, right? Of so-called wanting a God-fearing man, right? Because, and like I said, we're going to get into it, right? So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 7, and it reads, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. It didn't say get a woman, okay? It said get wisdom. and with all thy getting, get understanding. Okay? So all your substance of what you trying to receive in life, right? Because you know, in this society is get the bag, secure the bag, get your coins up. You feel me? If it ain't about that shmoney, I ain't dealing with it. Or you got certain with that fake ass black love shit, right? You see them, oh, you know, get you a good wife. Even the passport bros, right? Yo, which, you know, underlyingly, there's some truth there. The Babylonian woman is gone, right? But they going elsewhere to find a woman, right? When really you should be finding wisdom and understanding, man. Okay? So we're going to get, and I want y'all to pay attention because this is deep. Because when I really went into it, I was like, yo, this is crazy. I got to do a video. Because I was going to do this for Lupercalia, which is the original name of Valentine's Day. All right? Because I posted something, right? And it was this young man, probably an Issacharite, and he was walking down the street in the cold. It's cold as fuck out here in Colorado, especially that day, with a big ass teddy bear, right? And I'm like, yo, simp. I recorded. I'm like, yo, a simp, man, simpleton. So you know, all the brothers in the truth, they like facts, right? Because if somebody would have told us that, because most of us wasn't raised by our fathers, man. And if you did, there's a high chance of your father being a simp if he's, you see what I'm saying? So we say that to say, in order to take away some of the so-called heartbreak as a man, that as you're growing up and you're dealing with these women in Babylon, which is America, not into being that mindset. You out here spending your money. Let's get that scripture real quick. What is that? Proverbs. I could just go straight to it. I was going to type it in. Proverbs 31. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, all right, verse 3. And it reads, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Okay? So you can't even take care of yourself, right? I'm referring to this actual example of me seeing some 15, 16-year-old kid or whatever, Jake, right? And he's buying big ass teddy bears for what, you know, a prospective potential woman out there that he liked, right? Because when you put it down to practical application in life, what can a woman do with a life-size teddy bear, man? When you really think about it, you feel me? Does that have any type of real world use? No, man. And you spending your strength, your money, you feel me? Because money is backed upon your life source, your time. You have to eat to go work as a man. Remember in Genesis, right? Unto Adam, the Most High said, for you eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you feel me, of the sweat of thy brow, man. You put in hard blood, sweat, and tears in order to take care of you and to try to, you know, take care of the things you have to do unto Caesar, render to Caesar what's his and all that. And you're going to take some of that for a woman, right, that is messed up in the head, that has been deprived of wisdom and understanding. It makes no sense. All right. So we're going to deal with the first sect first, right? Dealing with romance. And then we're going to deal with should a man court a woman, because you got even in other IUIC, because I seen something with the shorty that she go viral and all that. I forgot her name, talking about how she be courting this woman. I mean, her man been courting her for 2 years and this and that and the third, right? So again, so I'm gonna get to that. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. All right, but the spirit wanted me to bring this out, so Lord willing, it's edifying. So, you know, if y'all follow along, if y'all want to give me precepts too to the brothers out there, you feel me? More than welcome. You know what I'm saying? Not to quench the spirit. But this is something to have, man. That is, should look a little bright right now. Let me see if I turn it down. Just slightly, boom. Yeah, con. Etymon online. Get that etymology dictionary, man. All right, because we have to understand the origin. That's what etymology means, the study of the origin of words. All right, so now let's go and type in romance, right, to really see what this was talking about. All right, so when we look up that word romance, right, it is a noun, circa 1300. So the word romance came out 700 some odd years ago. All right. And it reads romance, a story written or recited in verse telling of the adventures of a knight, hero, etc. So when people hear that, what? Oh, my knight in shining armor. You know how Shorty would read it. You see what I'm saying? Base, and then what does a hero do? A hero saves the day. Okay, right? It goes on to read, often one designed principally for entertainment. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up, man. You cannot make this shit up. Look at the second line. Let's see here. Often one designed principally for entertainment, man. Entertainment? So when a woman talking about, because you see, I don't know if y'all peeped, all right, my thumbnail, it says some tweet, right? And it's talking about, oh, peep the propaganda. And then it's Keisha, right? This is what we call the Southern Kingdom woman, primarily of the tribe of Judah, all right? Keisha want to talk about, oh, you know, black women have been deprived from romance. I feel sad or bad for us because that's all, you know, what we want and all of that. So what they're saying is that they want entertainment from who? From you niggas. You spiggers and you featherhead niggas, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. They want entertainment, man. Drama. They're drama queens. And we could definitely look into the etymology of the word queen. Y'all should know by now. It goes back to Quean, which means prostitute, a hussy, okay, a harlot. All right. So if you in this truth and you a woman, you shouldn't be calling yourself a queen, man. There wasn't no queens in Israel. You're a princess, right? A prince and a princess are offspring of the king. Okay. All right. But to continue on, it says from Old French, romance, verse, narrative. Also, the vulgar language, originally an adverb in the vernacular language from vulgar Latin, romanice, scribere, to write in the Romance language. One developed from Latin instead of Frankish, from Latin Romanicus, of or in the Roman style, right? Or in the Roman style. Peep this again, right? Let's see if we can see it at the bottom. You see that right there? Of or in the Roman style. Hold on. Isn't the beast in Daniel? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Let's go to Daniel. Because this might be a little bit drawn out, but Lord willing, it's going to be edifying because I didn't line up no scriptures. However, I got this into a point where I'm like, okay, now this makes sense. This could be edifying into the elect. Not only for men, but specifically for these women out here, all right, that is trying to understand, you see what I'm saying, the dichotomy between wanting a man, but trying to get outside of the ways and of this society, this Western world. Because all things are going to be going back to the east, so to speak, right? Because that's where we come from. All right, so let's go to the book of Daniel real quick. All right, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2. And we're going to read, let's see here. Now, matter of fact, let's go to Daniel chapter, was it 7? Yes, Daniel 7. All right. This is Daniel 7 and 7. It reads, After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Who is this talking about? The Roman Empire. The first empire being the Assyrio-Babylonian Empire, then the Persian Median Empire, the second beast, the third beast, then the Grecian, Alexander the Great, and the Greek Empire, right? Alexander the Great. And then the fourth being the Roman Empire. But notice, it was diverse than any other empire, and it was dreadful and terrible, man. Okay, and that goes in, we've done Daniel breakdowns, but the point is, if romance is of or in Roman style, and the style that the Romans did, whether it be the political system, the military system, all right, or philosophy, it was all dreadful and terrible, man. So why would you want something, all right, that is connected to a system that is going to be destroyed by Yahweh Shai when he comes back? Okay, it's a beast. It's a savage like nature. All right, we're not supposed to be moving as beasts because we're supposed to have this truth, man. In Ecclesiastes, Solomon was like, "Yo, roughly paraphrasing here. I'm not going to get it for the sake of time, but tell them that men are as beasts, because you a beast if you don't have the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, man. You're going to be gravitated to this flesh, sinful like nature and instincts, man, like a regular ass animal. All right, but see, we are been given such a wonderful law in order to govern ourselves in a heavenly kingdom like mindset. All right. So going back to now that word Rome, it says of or in the Roman style, right? From Romanus, Roman. Okay. It says the sense evolution is because medieval vernacular tales, as opposed to Latin texts, usually told chivalric adventures. Chivalric goes into chivalry, right? Full of marvelous incidents and heroic deeds. The spelling with aunts or ants was very early adopted in English, probably of the analogy of abstract, in reference to literary works in Middle English, often meaning ones written in French, but also applied to native compositions. The literary sense was extended to 1660s, watch this, to a love story, the class of literature consisting of love stories and romantic fiction. Fiction. We all know the difference between fiction and nonfiction. Fiction, fake. Nonfiction, real. Okay? Meaning imaginative, adventurous quality. First recorded 1801, that of Love Affair is from 1916. Romance novel is attested by 1820. You see that? Romance is of or in a Roman style that comes from a romantic fiction of a love story that is imaginative in its quality, make believe, right? Now, when we go down, I'll read about two more. It has two more definitions, and then we're going to get some more precepts, and we're going to continue on, right? Late 14th century, to recite a narrative poem. From Romance and also from Old French romancière, narrate in French, translate into French. Okay, so look, France has a lot to do with it, and if you know anything about the seven heads, right, of the beast, all right, which would be the seven kingdoms ruled by Esau: Greece, Rome, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, France, and then Britain. So one of the heads, the kingdoms, all right, that was ruled by the basis of men, is where this word is also connected to in its connotation. It says, from romance, noun, later, invent fictitious stories. So when you got Keisha now wanting so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men to be romantic to them, they want them to exhibit or to imitate, right, fictitious stories that was created by their oppressor. You see that? You can't make this shit up, man. Right? It goes on, it says, then be romantically enthusiastic. 1849, meaning court as a lover. And remember, we're going to get into that word court because that's the specific question that I was asked. So wait, a man shouldn't be courting a woman? We're going to break that down. We're going to decipher that biblically. It says it's from 1938, probably romance. The next definition, it just says the vernacular language of France. So it's a slang word. Vernacular, slang word from France. All right? Extended 1610s to other modern tongues in the south and west of Europe, derived from Latin. Thus collectively pertaining to the modern languages which arose out of the Latin of the provinces of Rome. All right? So it's Roman, man. Right? So the problem why so-called with Keisha and Maria and Pocahontas, why they can't get those that they desire to be with so bad, which is an Israelite man who they so-called call them by a proverb or a byword as a Negro, Latino, Native American, is because you're trying to get them to imitate or exhibit a quality of a nationality that isn't theirs. You see? Because if an Israelite is portraying Roman-like characteristics, they not being themselves, man. Let's keep it a buck. You faking the funk, you being fraudulent. So you talking about you want a real man, but if he's being romantic unto you, if he's not fully gone, fully lost, because, you know, that's what these niggas is. If they moving in that type of wavelength anyway, if they on that type of frequency, they lost, man. Fuck is you doing being romantic to what the scriptures say, yo, a harlot in the city. Your wife shall be a harlot in the city. Which you being romantic anyway? You're not a Roman. That's not of your culture. That's not of your custom. You feel me? There's a specific role that the scriptures lay out of what a man's supposed to be doing to his wife anyway. It's written all up in Ephesians, Colossians, Peter, so on and so, the law, Leviticus, Genesis, things written aforetime, written for our learning. We look at how the patriarchs dealt with their women, right? So bringing up that romance, you feel me? Oh, so you can't be romantic. I like romance. You want it, especially if the man is in the truth, you got something ain't real right with your head. If you expecting a man who's out there teaching, right? Knows the truth, knows his nationality, know what he's supposed to be doing according to the perfect will acceptable unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And you want him to be romantic? You want him to that's falling back into the world, man. Yahushua himself said, for ye are not of the world. Right? So let's go to 1 Corinthians. Let's get scriptures then. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. We're going to go down to verse 31. And it reads, and they that use this world not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. This world is of a Roman-like philosophy. America is Rome all over again. Remember, the beast is the ancient revived Roman Empire. Okay? The empire that was not, and is. You know, right? Took a little quote unquote break for 1,000 years. That's why you see in these words is always going back to the 13, 14, 15, and 1600s, the Renaissance period, the rebirth of Rome. So why would we stick in a lifestyle, in an understanding, in a mentality of something that is about to burn up, that's about to pass away? It makes no sense. So Aqua, that's in the truth, you fighting a losing battle if you trying to get a man, or you dealing with a man and you looking for a romantic, for him to exhibit some type of romance towards you. You feel me? And if he folds, that means he really not of the elect. Okay? Because ain't no queen of heaven worship. We worship Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, because that's what it goes down to. See, because if it's in Roman style, was Romans worshiping Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua? No. They had a plethora of gods that they worshiped, man. All type of sexual rituals and things of that nature, and nastiness. Word, right? So I think I pretty much dealt with that part, right? Matter of fact, let me do another one. I got another scripture. This is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 3, and it says, Yahushua answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Yahweh. So, yeah, you might have once did all of that little Lupercalia Valentine's Day, buying chocolate roses, right? And teddy bears, and right, taking your good. There's nothing wrong with, going to get some food or whatever, but prioritizing what your woman want over what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua wants. That's the old you, man. You come into this thing, you have to be born again. And they're going to have to realize that. They don't, write them a bill of divorce and send them on their way. And get ready for the real new and improved, all right, Aqua, that's going to deal with you on a kingdom vibration, man. All right? Because, listen, your eye has to be single, bro. You know what I mean? A lot of us growed up with this old little single mother, that emotional mindset. The scriptures say, gird up thy loins like a man. The scriptures also say, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the Most High. And then it goes on to say, effeminate. So effeminate niggas ain't going to inherit the kingdom, man. You see? And a father gives his inheritance to his son. So if you moving in feminine, you not acting like an Israelite. You're not an Israelite, because Israel, Yahshua Allah, he is a prince of power. A prince is a son of the king. So you ain't going to get the inheritance because you're not acting like a son of the king. You're not acting like a prince of the power, man. You're like offspring of fucking dirty Diana with the 1,000 titties and all that, or Net, all these other women like Ashtoreth, Ishtar, whatever, man. All of that, how would I explain it? All of that not being able to stand up and be fully persuaded in the mind on what is the most valuable, has the most value to you. You feel me? Some dudes will break down because a woman would threaten them or give them an ultimatum of leaving them. You feel me? In the scriptures, it didn't say, Lord, don't take this woman away from me. David said, Lord, take not thy Holy Spirit away from me, man. That's how the real men of the Lord is going to be acting. Like we would break down if the Most High take the spirit away from us, take this understanding away from us, man. All right. So that's that. I'm gonna get to the second part now. All right. And this is a big one right here because a lot of women ask these questions, right? Especially in the midst of not trying to look. Matter of fact, let me get that in the Apocrypha. I think it's in the Apocrypha. Let me see. Yeah, this is Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 49. And it reads, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. You see? And then it goes on. But the point is that whores envy a virtuous woman. All right? So, right? A woman that is in the world and sees that you doing things correctly, when you envy something, it starts in the mind, and then you might go ahead and do, like, for instance, if a man envies something that another brother has, what would Jake do? They'll try to go and get it. Or they slander and talk shit, right? So that's the same thing. So if a woman is like, nah, this is how I'm supposed to act, this is why this whole pick-me shit came about. Whores is envying pick-me women. With pick-me women is in the right spirit, man. You feel me? Because they understand through the scriptures, because they have faith in the scriptures, right? That they want to be picked by not only a man, but an Israelite man, but an elect Israelite man, which is their salvation. Just like how the woman, the church of Yahweh Shai, who we're betrothed to, is in a pick-me spirit to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because we don't know if we're going to get picked, right? Meaning saved, meaning beamed up into them chariots, from the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, them ICBM missiles, man. All right? So, the question was, should a man court a woman? Right? Because a woman could feel, interested, like the brothers would say, like the elder brother, beloved brother, Amawan Gabar of the GMS New York camp, main camp, right? You'd be like, yo, shoot your shot. But these worldly women, they so perverted in the mind, bro, lost. And a scripture to line up why they're lost, right? And I'll prove it. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6, and it reads, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You see? These women is of that queen of heaven spirit, that worship me, that give attention unto me, that succubus spirit. You see, that they want all attention on them. So if you're not giving them that attention, right? That attention, that worship, that's pleasure unto them. Many women, many men, all up in their this, all up in their that. They constantly, yo, can we go out? When can I see you? Da da da. Cash apping, spending money. It's very hard for a woman to DM a brother and to be like, hey, what's up? And you doing, and you be like, yo, what you trying to do? And she, oh, it's nothing. I was just seeing if you was gonna respond back. See, women ain't gonna be like that when Jacob's trouble hit, and we're gonna get them scriptures, and y'all know these scriptures. We're gonna get that. They're gonna be direct with it. Ain't none of good, because in their mind they really halfway. They fighting that feminism shit. I feel weird trying to, cause like on these red pill podcasts and all that, women don't got game, man. They ain't got the res. You feel me? Ain't got no res, son. You feel me? They can't holler. They feel uncomfortable. They stepping out of their square. You feel me? Oh yeah, you might, you know, there's something about your aura. They like it, da da da, but they can't holler at you. They don't know what to say. They don't want to be like, listen, bro. You feel me? The only ones that might do that, right, is a harlot, which is crazy, right? Because even Yahushua said to the Pharisees, for the harlots and the publicans will receive the kingdom of heaven before you do, right? Because at least they honest in themselves. Yeah, da da da. So if a harlot like you, she done been ran through so many times, understand the ins and outs with the experience and all that. Listen, yo, I like you, bro. Yo, what's up? What we gonna do? To a man, you like, oh shit, I don't really, you feel me? Because it's complete opposite. They know their role. They know all of the stuff that they have been through already. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't have an illusion, a delusion of their value. They know their value is little to none. So they like, yo, I mean, if I get rejected, it is what it is. I understand why. There's not going to be no cognitive dissonance regarding it. So a woman that feel like she virtuous, she's in the truth, she got a head wrap and this and that. Oh, I don't have to da 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 da. Is that's why the apostles be saying like, yo, your woman claims she in the truth, she ain't really in the truth, man. You see what I'm saying? Because let the whole multiple women thing get involved. You feel me? Before Jacob's trouble, it's going to take, and I'm gonna just have to get it, which we're going to get, right? So let me not get ahead of myself. So I made that point in First Timothy. So let's now go and look up that word court, right? So the question was, should a man be courting a woman? So I'll just answer it plain. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. No, man. So you'd be like, so women would be like, what? What do you mean? We're gonna break it down for you. All right. Let's understand what that whole term you courting somebody, because in their eyes, right, especially in the modern day woman eyes, courting is you spending all your time, your free time on the woman, texting her good morning every morning, just the small talk, to be on her mind, so to speak, look different than the other men that she texting and all of that. Go paying for all the dates when y'all go out, this and that and third. You see what I'm saying? Waiting all this time to try to get some box, because that's what the man is talking to you for anyway, for a used cracker box when it's used. You done been popped already a couple times, different rods. You done passed under many rods already, rolled to CC. Now all of a sudden with this man, you feel me? Oh, he gotta wait and he gotta court you and da 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 da. Come on, it's a dub. All right. So let's go to the word court, right? Like I said, everybody should be having this etymon online. All right. Let's look up this word court. All right, in the etymology. When we go down, all right, court verb from the 1570s. All right, and that's key. That's why you have to know the circa when these words originated, right? Originated in certain years, because if you know the scriptures like Revelation 20, when the devil was bound for 1,000 years, what is that talking about? Esau, Edom, was not in a rulership position from around 300 to 400 AD to around 1300 to 1400 AD. Then the Renaissance happened. The devil was loose for a little time. This is the revived ancient Roman Empire. And then you start to see a lot of words that we use comes through that rebirth. You back into the Latin, in the Greek, so on and so forth, right? So it's connotated to a terrible and dreadful beast, the Roman Empire. All right. So look, right, for the ones that I gotta walk hand by hand court, right? It says endeavor to gain the favor of by amorous attention. What is amor mean in Spanish? In Latin? Love, right? And for amorous attention, right? Sensual, sexual, right? You're looking for an attention in a love-like manner. Watch this. It says solicit, seek to win or attract from court. See, so watch this. The word courting goes back to illegal practices in Esau's legal system. How do you say that, Tazapanya? How does that work out? When you got money, right, and you are what's the word, subpoenaed to court, or you have a debacle with another party, whatever it may be, under the table back then, and especially right now, you pay a lawyer or you pay the DA or you pay the judges a certain amount of money in order to seek to win or attract favor from. You see, endeavor to gain the favor, right? So it's taking a word from the literal court system and applying it to the two parties between a male and a female. So if a man is courting a woman, right, he is seeking to gain the favor of by amorous attention. What is that? Get in the box. He's trying to bust them glutes. But he's doing it by soliciting himself, selling his time, giving away his money, his strength unto women to try to seek to win her love, which is her punani nani, her pum pum, right? That's what the word court means. It says based on the sorts of behavior associated with royal courts. You see that? Based on the sorts of behavior associated with royal courts. And we know in the scriptures, the Most High said, you're not supposed to give favor unto the rich or basically favor unto the poor. So, oh, he poor, so I'm not supposed to judge him correctly because he's just a poor man. Or, oh, he's rich, he's giving me bribes, so I'm not supposed to judge. You're supposed to judge righteous judgment. You see? The Most High has no respect of persons. But the word goes back to a Roman lifestyle of how they did in the royal courts by rich men who would give money to the people who's supposed to rule over them to seek to win a case, even if he's guilty. You see, this is why niggas with money get the box more often, because they're selling or they're giving away, they're soliciting what they have, their strength, to the woman, because that's easier for the woman to be won over by. That's how they get the box, the amorous attention, right? That's why you say, niggas would be like, oh, well, love and sex not the same thing. You make love to a woman, you busting it, penetrating her. You feel me? That's at the end of the day, that's the goal. You see? So it goes back to the 1570s. So now we're gonna get some scriptures. So should a man be courting a woman? No. And honestly, it's going to be a woman courting a man. So let's go to the famous scripture, because it's the truth. So if we know court means to seek to get favor from, of amorous sex, right? Attention, okay, to solicit or to seek favor, to win over, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. Now y'all, and we're going to get this into a Bible in another translation as well, so it can hit, you feel me? This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, and it reads, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man." 7 is completion, right? So it could be 2 women, it could be 7 women, it could be 40 women, right? And it said in that day, which means a future prophecy, and this will happen before the kingdom. All right, when you read it in context of this chapter, because there's only 6 verses in this chapter, right? So it says 7 women, a complete number of women, meaning more than one, will take hold of one man. And I'll put this out there too, because one in Hebrew is symbolic for wisdom. So a wise man, right, can only be an Israelite, because wisdom is only really given into the Israelites, and it's going to be specifically the elect, right? So a complete number of women is going to take hold of an elect man of Israel, saying, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel." Now, why would a woman say, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel"? This will be the method during Jacob's trouble of a woman courting a man, because we just read, and it's going to happen, and it's happening now, so it's kind of before Jacob's trouble as well, and we kind of in it, but it ain't the climax of it. But the point is, endeavor to gain the favor of by amorous attention, solicit, seek to win or attract. So these women are seeking to win over this one man, not in a competition factor, right? But as if to get amorous attention, sex, because it's going to say that. "Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." How does a woman take a man's name? Through marriage. Marriage, according to the scriptures, is what? Sex. Just like how we're being called by the name Israel, Yasharallah, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and there's a scripture for that to prove. Because your last name is what? Your surname, right? This is Isaiah chapter 44 and 5, and it says, "One shall say, I am the Lord's." You see? One talking about a man here, they're saying that their possession, they're possessed of the Father. You see how women, you don't own me. When in the book of Ecclesiasticus it says, "One who getteth a wife beginneth a possession," roughly paraphrasing. So technically, yes, we do own you, and Yahweh Shai owns us, and we want to be owned. We want to be a possession of Yahweh Shai. All right? "And another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel." All right? So we surnaming ourselves by the name of Israel, all right? And all Israel ain't Israel. So it's talking about the elect here. So the elect is wanting the last name, all right, to be known as a prince of power, right? So we want to be connected with Yahweh Shai, which is the marriage. We want to be a possession of Yahweh Shai, man. He got the whole world in his hands, which is Israel. And this time around is the elect. Eventually all Israel, but really right now is the elect. The elect is surnaming themselves. They're the ones that is saying, "Take away our reproach, Father, in Yahweh Shai's name. Let us be called by your name." You see what I'm saying? So going back, Isaiah 4 and 1, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel." This is women courting a man. All right. A man should not be courting a woman, especially if they're in the truth. Right. So we'll go back to prove that 1 Corinthians 7 again. Because really, right, 1 Corinthians 7:1, it says, now concerning the things whereof he wrote unto me. Right. Because we know the Corinthians were Israelite foreigners. Right. And there was a lot of idolatry, right, going on. All right. A lot of what was it, what do they call them, like ritual harlots and shit, like, selling themselves in worship for other gods and things of that nature, doing all type of, wicked acts. Right. It said it is good for a man not to touch a woman. All right. And he says that, as you read on, is not to lay a hold on you, to put you in a prison, so to speak, but it's for you to have less distraction. All right. So why would he be saying that? Because Paul was doing what he was taught by Yahweh Shai, preach the gospel. All right. Basically for faithful men to take this and to be saved if they was of the predestination of the elect. And you don't want to be having the multiple distractions when you already got to deal with all of the stuff that comes with following Yahweh Shai in a wicked world. You see? So going on, it say, and I'll prove that point real quick. Let's go down to, in the same chapter, verse 28. It says, but, and if thou nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. You see? So when you're dealing with, you're going to have trouble in the flesh because your flesh is wanting to please this woman, man. You see what I'm saying? So Paul was really admonishing, exhorting the men to be focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and his ministry. And there's nothing wrong for you to be popping women. You see what I'm saying? In righteousness, as long as you're not taking no other man's wife, right? However, the fact and the truth of the matter is still at hand. It's still there. All right. And every man has their own office. So, let who can receive that. Like Yahweh Shah said, there be eunuchs, all right, made of men, was of birth, and those that did it for the kingdom. Okay. And if you could receive that, receive that. That's what Yahweh Shah himself said. All right. So, should a man be courting a woman? Not if this man is fully focused on the kingdom of heaven. And a true woman in the truth, so to speak, would understand that this man is on a mission and I'm being designed as a helpmate. I'm willing to help him minister and serve the Lord as much as he possibly can, not serve me. I was made to serve him. Right? So like the brothers be saying, if you don't have a husband and you understanding this truth and you praying constantly for a man of the Lord, you shouldn't be expecting these men that understand this truth, especially the ones that are presented their bodies as a living sacrifice, to go out there into the highways and hedges and constantly making these videos and constantly with the brothers in fellowship, all right, and giving charity into the brotherhood, to be all under your ass, man. You see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, a man has to take care of his house, this and that and the third, but there's priorities, man. Yahweh Shah himself said, let's get it real quick. This is Luke chapter 14 and 26. If any man come to me. Now, remember, in John, I want to say like 16 and 63, if I'm not mistaken, it said that no man can come up to me unless my Father which is in heaven give him unto me. So you can't even come to Yahweh Shah anyway, which proves predestination. From the beginning, before heaven and earth was created, you was a spirit created to be linked up with Yahweh Shah anyway. There's nothing that you can do about it, right? As a man of the Lord. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children. You see? So I make this point as well. So let's say you have a child with this woman, right? Right. You still gotta not be as an infidel, right? And not take care of your child or whatever. All right. But if she understands that you out there supposed to be serving the Lord, you doing a universal badge of honor unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to not hinder you from doing such a great task. You was called by the king of the architect of the universe, man, the king of terrors, the father of spirits, God Almighty, Allah Shaja, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. And you're going to try to hinder a man that is going to be a ruler, a king, a priest, a lord, a God, and that upon the earth, man. And you stop him in from doing a spiritual thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So really, again, based on court, and we're going to get that scripture too in Timothy, another one in Timothy, but going on, it says, and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. You see? So, I want a God that fears the Lord, right? You know, these Christians, I want a Christian man. And we know Christ, right? Christian, supposedly, according to them, means a follower of Christ. We know Christ goes back to Cristiano, so Christians, which means anointed, which goes back to Mashayakyam, all right? You know, where you get the word Messiah, all right? So and then you anoint somebody to basically show the role that they're about to endeavor, right? So the Most High will have prophets anoint the kings, right, or priests or whatever to act in the kingly or priestly role. So if you a so-called you've been anointed to do what Yahweh Shah said. You see? So you cannot be a disciple. You can't follow Yahweh Shai if you loving this woman, this children, or this brother more than you do Yahweh Shah, meaning more than the work that needs to be done to please, to kiss the son, lest he be angry, as it says in Psalms chapter 2. All right? So now, Salakia. Boom. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. And it reads, matter of fact, we're going to start at verse 11. Might as well. All right? No, we're going to start at verse 9. And it reads, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. See, and these women, that's what they want to do. When they say, oh, are you courting me? All right. They want you to take them out so they can get dressed up in costly array and go out and this and that and the third. You got to get ready for slavery. Go to the plantation tomorrow. And they want you up there on FaceTime or talking to them all goddamn night when you could be reading the scriptures. Or when a brother asks you, can you break this down for me? And you trying to help the brother out, right? Or you use the spirit said you'll make this video. So you want to go make a video. But the woman wants you to court them, to give attention on them. Completely opposite to what the Most High wants, man. For the man on this side. All right? So should a man be courting a woman? No, man. You women should be courting the men of the Lord, man. And really, that's why I say shamefacedness, man. All right? In the book of Ecclesiasticus, matter of fact, let's get that and come back to 1 Timothy, right? It says what? This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. What's a female dog? A bitch. And female dogs, when they in heat, they'll take anything from anybody. And that's in the scriptures too. like, you know, like they open up their quiver that, or they, you know, to anybody that wanted any water, you know, roughly paraphrasing. Y'all know, the ones that don't know the scripture, I could get it. You feel me? But it says, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. You see that? So the scriptures say, right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's one. And two, it says, for we persuade men by the terror of the Lord. All right? So the men of the Lord is persuading these women. All right? You should be praying that the Most High sends you a man, right? Whether it be now or in that time to come, Jacob's trouble, to save you, because as we're going to read in 1 Timothy, you shall be saved in childbearing. Your role is glorious unto the Father, which we're going to go back to Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 2 and 3, right? It's beautiful and glorious in the eyesight of the Lord, all right? By you being popped by one of the elect, and it sounds raw, but it is what it is, man. Because the Most High set up an order. The scripture say in Corinthians that what? Let all things be done in decency and in order. Order is beautiful unto the Most High. That's why he said what it was. A woman under a man and a man under Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Shai under Yahweh is something that is beautiful unto the Most High. That's like you searching for that key on the piano. You know, you playing a chord, ding, and it's that's off. Was it B flat or A sharp or ding, and then you hit that. Oh damn! And when that right harmony hits you, it gives you tingles down your spine. You see what I'm saying? It's glorious. It makes you feel good. When things is off, it don't sound right. And the Most I want us to be real, right, and exact, man. You feel me? So, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord, man. So, yeah, a woman's fear that's in the truth is, damn, if I don't get linked up with the elect men of Israel, of the Most High, that the whoever the Most High is dealing with, a man like that, the elect Israelite, man, I'm through. I'm through. You feel me? So if you shamefaced, you'll be like, yo, whatever it takes to please that man. Because that's exactly the spirit that the men is in to Yahweh Shai. We are courting Yahweh Shai. What does court mean? It's in our endeavor to seek to win or gain favor from a particular party. We want to be saved. Talking to the men of the Lord, the Akim out here. Why do you think that we rehearsing the righteous acts? We are being so diligent in the season, out of season, going to the highways and byways, edifying the elect, feeding the sheep, being brotherly to the brotherhood, being a man, standing up on our 2 feet, girding up our loins, not taking no bullshit, staying far away from wickedness, getting away from the appearance of evil. We'll do anything that Yahweh Shah wants in order to be saved, bro. And that's the exact same spirit that these women should be in. And unfortunately, a lot of women ain't going to be like that. Just like how a lot of men ain't going to do that for Yahweh Shah. They want to lean upon their own understanding. So look, you think, talking to the Akwath now, women think that, oh, I should lean into my understanding. A nigga gotta court me. He gotta take me, do this and he gotta show me this and do that and be romantic unto me. Well, that's completely against the scriptures. If you ain't got a man right now, you see a man that shoot your shot, and it should be consistent. Just like we're being look, the scriptures say, be diligent to make thy calling and election sure. There's times where it's like, yo, damn, I'm tired. I got to go to the plantation tomorrow. All right, fuck it. Let me do a quick little 10-minute video. Lord willing, it's edifying to the elect. A woman should be in the same spirit. All right, oh, this man is that I like, but he's not on my body. In New York, that's what they say. Yo, my nigga should be on my body. He ain't even on my body. I had to cut that nigga off. He ain't on my body. You should be on his body. Spiritually and physically, son, on it. You should be diligent to make your calling and election sure. Why? 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. I got ahead of myself, but that's the point, right? But let's go back now to verse 9, right? In like manner also, that woman adorn. You adorn meaning you decorate. You accentuate, right? So instead of trying to accentuate yourself with, you know, done up weave hairstyles, broided hair. You know how women like to put in the fake ass hair so they shit can touch their ass. They not even doing back, you know, braids at one point was at the top of their ass. Then it went to their ass. Now them shits is touching the floor. They got braids now with the fake hair all up in it, talk about protective hairstyle. And them shits is longer than Damien Jr. Gong Marley's Nati Shiva Jata dreadlocks. And then have the audacity to make them blonde, to put them some red or blue or green in the fucking braids, man. That's what broided means. Broid means to braid, intertwine. So it says all gold, right? Want to go crazy with the jewelry, or pearls, same shit, or costly array, Birkin bags, whatever it may be, right? But with which becometh woman professing godliness with good works. So then you got to ask yourself, what is a good work unto a woman that claims to be a woman of God? Right? Verse 11 gives you a perfect example. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. In Ecclesiasticus, it says, you know, roughly paraphrasing here, there's nothing better than a loving and quiet woman who fears the Lord, man. All that yappity yap talking, this and that, you give her a little thing, next thing you know, she want to give her 2 cents. That's like Yahweh Shah said, yo, go to the highways and hedges. And then you telling Yahweh Shah, yo, I mean, we don't really got to go out in the streets. You feel me? We get a lot of pushback. Maybe I could just do one video every week. I'll stay on the internet. I don't got to, be in the streets. What? How you talking back to the one that's supposed to save you from the wrath? So how you women talking to a man from like that's it's crazy, son. It's crazy. But see, really, these women want a feminine. They want a woman with, like, I seen it. They want a woman with a mustache. You feel me? They really don't want no man. Man come with control, right? Correction. Stability, right? See, when something that keeps you stable, it's stiff and rigid, right? Imagine you in a car and every time you go over a bump, that shit do this. You be like, oh shit. You walking on a bridge and the bridge moving like this. You like, oh shit, you ain't gonna trust it, man. But you walk on a bridge and that shit don't move. And that goes back to in Esdras, what is that, 2nd Esdras chapter 6, that the Son of Man who was taller than all the others gave a crown to those that stood stiffly for the name of the Lord. Niggas don't want, Yahushua don't want no effeminate men that fold every time some persecution come. He wants some real sturdy men, man. Sturdy in this truth, man. Not no flimsy. You feel me? Like they used to be in high school and you see a dude, he got the flimsy wrist or some shit, like basically calling him a Batiman, right? Because he walk with his wrist bent like that. What you walking as a man for and your wrist all bent up? You feel me? Like you holding some pocketbook or something. Like, come on, son. In the spirit, we're not supposed to be like that. We 10 toes down. You heard? And really, that's what women want. But because of they battling with that pleasure, right? That Shaitan, Esau, Edom, the white man that gave them philosophy of this feminism, and the pleasure that they how they feel when they get that attention, it's hard for them to now humble down. And that's why, and then we're going to get Isaiah 4:1, and then we'll close it out. I've been just going through the spirit because I actually like this, you feel me, going into the scriptures, especially when it comes, to behooving men and women, but especially for the men, because there's a lot of men out there that feel deprived, because that's the truth, man. Because of this Queen of Heaven worship, a lot of men is deprived. 80% of men, all right, from the ages of like 18 to 40 don't have sex. Another 40% from the ages 18 to 40 is like virgins or something like that. Men ain't really having sex like that out there, when really we supposed to be fruitful and multiplying. You see what I'm saying? But because woman is over here, well, it's according to the scriptures, and Jeremiah says that the Most High made a new thing, for a woman shall compass a man. You see? You know what I'm saying? And remember, the scriptures say, remember ye the old ways, the old paths. So that new shit, that new school shit, that shit is going to pass away with the rest of this world. All right. But back in 1 Timothy chapter 2, right? Verse 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. If you are what does sub mean? Like submarines. You see, right? It's under the water. Subjection meaning you're under, right? An authority. Oh, well, man and woman is equal, according to who? Not according to the scriptures. In all capacity, a man is greater than the woman, mentally, spiritually, and physically. You got a problem with it, take it up with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? That's like your child. There's a lot of women out here with children and all of that. And your child, 3 years old, talking about, Mom, you don't know what you talking about. I'm better than you in everything. I could cook better than you. I could. What you be looking at the child like, who this little nigga? Who this little, you feel me? I'll be looking, but I have to bring that out. You feel me? Because for some reason women don't get it until you bring their children in, so they can understand the relationship with something other than them. The child is supposed to be under you as a mother, right? They're supposed to be reared by you. They're dependent on you. Is in the same way a woman's supposed to be to a man. In the same way a man supposed to be to Yahweh Shai. In the same way Yahweh Shai was supposed to be to Yahweh. It's in the scriptures, man. Anyway, verse 12, it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man. Right, so you're not supposed to be trying to usurp, take control over. Nah, I'm the one in charge now. Over, man, you crazy. And then especially in these other camps, they be trying to make it seem like, your husband. Like, yeah, all right, but in general, man, even if you're not married to the men, not saying you're supposed to do everything the men say, but you're still supposed to understand, this a man. I gotta, you feel me? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like you going into an animal's habitat where they stronger than you, and you think you're gonna come out victorious. Wilding, right? It says, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in a transgression. Verse 15, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Okay? So, and when you really get into that word sobriety, right, it means not be drunk, but drunk off what? Off these other philosophies, man. So the main wine that the woman took was feminism. So you can't be thinking that you're going to be saved in childbearing, but you still drunk off the feminism wine, man. The philosophy, the ideology of the serpent, man, of Esau Edom, of the white man. Because that's where you learned it from, right? So it says she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue. Continuum means what? Consistency. All of that, I don't feel like today. No, man. You got to put yourself in the spirit. You got to pray. If you ain't in the spirit, pray to be in the spirit. Just like the prophets, man. You feel me? This day, brothers might be tired, might be do this. You feel me? Every brother got a different office, but yo, I know for me personally, man, if I'm not in the spirit, I just keep watching something until something be like, yo, nah, yeah, let me get it in. You know what I mean? That's the same thing for the woman. You know, let's say you with your man, or you don't feel like you ain't deal with this man or talk to him. You like him and you hit him up, but he's not giving you the reciprocal as you want. He's not texting you every day like you used to. Be consistent. Shoot your shot. You mean so shooting your shot mean you only shoot one shot? Ask Kobe. Or I ain't make the shot. So I'm gonna sit my ass on the bench. You gonna keep shooting until you win the game, right? Because remember, he's not gonna be all up. He's doing the ministry of the Lord, man. He don't got time to be seeing what you should be seeing. What he doing? What's up with him? He don't hit you with the good morning. Yo, what's up? What's up? Because that's what the woman. It would, you know. And I speak as a man, but I think it would be easier for a woman to be shooting her shot consistently right now than when all communications is down, the famine of the world happen, all hell breaks loose, and you not in the same state as this man or this and that and the third, and you really think, you know, focus on this one man, you hoping that, you know, this is the one that you're gonna be safe from, that he gonna pop you, you gonna be his wife, you gonna have his children. You feel me? So I mean, hey, but so it says if they continue in faith, right? What's faith according to Hebrews 11:1? For faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Roughly paraphrasing, right? So you haven't seen you being beamed up, with, you know, being saved. You don't know necessarily he's an elect man of the Lord. He might exhibit some traits and all that, but we all don't know if we save until we in them chariots, right? But if you continuing in faith, you can't see it right now. You might be in a different state, right? A lot of these women watching these videos, single women, watching these videos of this man, all right? They might be living in a different state or whatever, all right? They might not see themselves, you know, next to this man. You feel me? But you got to have faith, right? It says, and charity. Charity is what? You know, that genuine giving. You see what I'm saying? Some women, you know, make garments. Some women, they came into the truth and they was in that career woman mind state, and they making 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 K a year plus. So they got the ends to be able to help out some brothers that's really going through it and on a material level. Or, you know, praying for the elect, so on and so forth. You feel me? Shit, if you have the bread up, if your bread is up, and you ain't got no man, and you know, shooting your shot, yo, if I gotta take flights, if I gotta relocate, you feel me? And you guys just gotta, yo, all my chips is into you. I feel like, because remember, man's goings is of the Lord. So if you really riding with this man, you feel me? The Lord, whether, you know, it was for your salvation or not, you feel me? He, you know, make the moves. You gotta move off of faith, man. Right? It says, and holiness is what? Set apart, separate, kodash, right? So you gonna be doing things that these other women ain't doing. You think these women are spending their own money to fly out to meet a man, or relocating for, you know, I'll live next to you just to be next to you and help you out, be a helpmate unto you, or you feel me? Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Hitting you up constantly, doing things that is opposite to this modern day dating, you know, sneaky link ass spirit culture, that black culture that we got going on, right? It says with sobriety, and we already broke that down, right? So now let's go back to Isaiah chapter 4. I'm getting a little hot here. All right, in the spirit. Isaiah 4:1 again. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. So what is that? That's these women courting this man, seeking favor from this man. Yo, deal with me. And to be raw, yo, pop me, man. You feel me? I don't care who else you pop into, just pop me. You feel me? Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Let's read that in the NLT. All right. The NLT, the New Living Translation, says, in that day, so few men will be left. See? And that lines up with what? In Second Esdras, chapter 16. Because it says, thy men shall die in the war. See, there's going to be a draft for World War III. America is going to draft eligible people, or, you know, what you thought was non-eligible might be eligible in this new war, right? The third world, sending them to the Middle East to die. There's going to be wars domestically, civil war, race war, things of that nature. They're going to die. The second 16, there's going to, it's Second Esdras 16. It says that basically the brides, the virgins, the maids, they all going to cry. I'm roughly paraphrasing here, cry and mourn because they have no helpers, no husbands. Okay. It says, in that day, so few men will be left. See, so imagine, right? If you add simps, right? Beta males, alphabet community down low niggas, prison niggas. And I'm not, because, you know, I've been behind the prison house, but I'm saying, you know, they not accessible to you to deal with you on a physical, intimate level, right? The regular ratio between man and woman, 4. And then women, men in the truth. You making that window so small for your salvation, it's the same thing for us men, man, when we really think about it. You see what I'm saying? 1/3 is already a low percentage compared to 100%, 33.33%. That's low. You see? And I want to be at the governing body. I want to be the 144,000. That's why I'm so diligent, man. I want to be a king and a ruler, man. All right? I understand the term of hypergamy. You see what I'm saying? But that people will be willing in the day of thy power. See, they don't see it right now. You feel me? They you know, the hypergamy theory, right? Right now is men that you know, millionaires, billionaires, right? Famous men of notoriety. See, but on the spiritual side, the prophets, they the ones in on the spiritual hypergamy. I was going to do a video title like that, spiritual hypergamy. Hypergamy is what? All right, is women that deal with, you know, men of super high value, that is attracted to men of high value, and value is based on the system that is in play. See, but we not under this Esau system. We don't worship the image of the beast, man. Hence, we're not going to take the mark, which is the RFID chip. All right. So it's going to be so few men, right? As it says in NLT, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. So that's why 7 completion, they chose the number 7, because it could be, it's going to be like Elder Apostle Gabar said, you're going to be trying to scrape off women from off your side when all hell break loose. And you alive, and women seeing you alive, and everything is good. All the women that's with you is fed. Their hygiene is good. For some reason, you able to get soap, get water, food, this and that, and the third. They're going to be doing anything to be with you, man. You see what I'm saying? Because they want to be an asset. They don't want to be a liability. So that courting is trying to prove to you that they're an asset. How are they going to prove to you? Let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Because they know if they with you, just by dealing with you, you being a servant of the Most High, the scriptures say, thy servants shall eat, but they shall be hungry. You shall drink, but they shall be thirsty, man. Just being in a prophet's aura by default, by by, you know, being in proximity to a prophet, you are going to get the benefits, right, of a somewhat prosperity in a time of famine. You see? And I'm not saying I'm one of them people, but I want to be, hence why I'm doing the work. And I'm praying constantly to be of that number, right? So it says, only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. You see? Because especially right now too, the Akim, this is really inspired by the Akim after the camp today, right? We driving and we talking because this is a constant nonstop uh, uh, topic amongst Israel in the world, spiritual word, the shade room, whatever. The strife and contention between the so-called Negro Latino and Native American man with the so-called Negro Latino Native American woman is at a point of no return. It'll never be solved until Yahweh Shah comes back. And that's why I said all that so-called black, this shit is through, man. All right. So all of the why we arguing, it's the same goddamn thing every day when you know this, you read their comments on the IG and all that. Oh, we ain't got nothing better to talk about because in the scriptures it says a man's glory is his woman, a woman's glory is her long hair. Why you think the the woman trying to come at the man for not basically having women, and niggas feel down because a lot of niggas don't got women like that, and that's why they going outside of America, because even your so-called, you know, Latin tribes and other places, the ones that's in America is the same as Keisha. Maria in America is synonymous with Keisha. You have to deal with Maria outside of America, and even then, because of TikTok and Instagram, see, every country is drunk in the wine. Internet just making it faster. The internet is making everybody drink of that. That's why her sins is reaching up under heaven, man. The twerking business constantly nonstop. The fucking stupid ass weave. The spider fucking cum lashes. You know, the makeup. The having the ass out, the titties out. The this and that and the third. This and that and the third. Constant nonstop. And that's not saying that men is going off too, man. Right? But the topic is with women. You see what I'm saying? So the strife and the contention is never going to be fixed. There is nothing that you could do to try to get the Israelite man with the Israelite woman, period. They do not agree, and they will never agree until after Yahweh Shah come back. The only ones that might somewhat agree is an elect man with a fully submissive, to the best of her ability, woman. That's it. There might be some symbiotic mesh harmony between that. But, and the reason why I say some, because look at Job. Job was referred to as a perfect man of the Lord. What did his woman say? Right? When shit broke loose. Promise. So all you men out there too, ain't no guarantee that your woman gonna make it too. I would pray, yeah, yo, you know, me and my household, that's what you being diligent for, but let shit, yeah, shit is good now. Your refrigerator stocked. You probably living paycheck to paycheck, but shit seeming all right now. Let shit really hit the fan and see if that woman by your side is really going to be sticking by your side. That's why the book of Job is an eye opener. Same thing with Ecclesiastes. Solomon, you gotta remember, one of the wisest men, and one of the reasons why he dealt with 1,000 women. He sought out to seek all the wisdom of the earth. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Solomon dealt with different categories, all the categories of women that's out there. He dealt with every one of them. And he said, I've not even met one righteous one, man. And if you women got a problem with that too, take it up with the Most High. But an honest woman will understand. Yeah, Solomon was right, man. These women, me too, we just not right. And honestly, the Israelite woman is supposed to be above all other women. In Deuteronomy, it says she would not even let the soles of her feet touch the ground, man. the tender and delicate woman amongst you. Y'all really supposed to be princesses of the whole earth, having maids, servants, feeding you grapes, rubbing your feet and all type of shit like that. But our woman is a laughing stock to the whole world, man. That's why we looking for the kingdom, son. Anyway, and I know I'm kind of, halfway righteous rant, but hey, if it's edifying, Lord willing, it's edifying, man. You feel me? It's the Shabbat. I ain't got nothing else better to do, man. You feel me? It's the new moon. All right? Ashar Chadash. Happy new moon, man. Happy moon. All right? So now let's read the rest of Isaiah 4 and we'll close it out, man. Because there was a point that I was making in Isaiah chapter 4, verse 2, and it reads, in that day shall the branch of the Lord. See, you got to see who and what is the branch of the Lord, right? Because let's type branch. It's talked about in Zechariah. All right. This is Zechariah chapter 6, verse 12. And speak unto him, saying, thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, behold, the man whose name is the branch, and he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. See? So when Yahushua died, this was a prophecy talking about Yahushua. All right? Because let's get another scripture in the New Testament of his words, right? This is John chapter 15, verse 1. And it reads, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. We jump down to verse 4 and verse 5. It reads, abide in me and I in you. As the branch, see, cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. You see? So the branches would be the elect, those that are connected to Yahushua, the church. All right? He that abideth in me and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. You see that? Without me, ye can't do nothing. All right? So going back, Isaiah 4 and 2, it reads, in that day shall the branch of Yahweh be beautiful and glorious. So the elect of Israel is going to be beautiful and glorious in context with verse 1, when multiple women is joining themselves into an elect man of Israel in humility, in shamefacedness, in love, in sobriety, in faith, right? Under subjection unto that one man, all right? See, it says, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. You see? So, comely means handsome, beautiful. All right, that are escaped, right? Because we're trying to escape from the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see? Verse 3, and it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion, remember it said in 1 in the New Living Translation, there's only going to be so many few men left on the earth, right? That he that is left in Zion is Tezayawan, monument in the Hebrew, all right, which the Israelites, all 12 tribes, is the monument for the Lord, all right? And he that remaineth in Jerusalem, all right, that's basically in the living, an Israelite living, shall be called holy, even everyone. See, remember in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, it says, she shall be saved in childbearing, except it be for faith, and one of them was holiness, right? So set apartness, see? So you're going to be set apart if the woman is having faith and is under subjection and is saved by childbearing by an elect man of the Lord, man. Listen in silence with all subjection, being humble and not caring however many wives you're dealing with, not talking back unto you, not trying to usurp authority over you, courting you, being an assistant, a helpmate unto you, right? See? Even everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem. See, verse 4, and I'll leave it off at verse 4. It says, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion. See, what is the filth of the daughters of Zion? That's why you read in Isaiah chapter 3, starting at verse like 14, 15, and 16, and all the things that they adorn themselves with, exactly what Peter said, not to adorn, decorate yourself with costly red, gold, and pearls. That's why the Lord said, I will take away your hair, which is your glory. I'm going to take away your sweet smell, give you a stench, fishy stench. You know what that's talking about. Take away the earrings and the bracelets and the tinker and the calls of the moon, so on and so forth, right? That's all that filthy ass shit, man. Because you think you popping based on your outward appearance, right? You could be bad. You could be a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 physically, artificially, because all that shit ain't real anyway. But the point is, but then your inside is a 0 or a 1 out of 10 because you ain't submitting to nobody. All right? Really, you submitting to Esau or Edom. If you that, and I could go into the definition of woman, servant. Look it up. So ain't no such thing as a feminine woman because a woman is feminine anyway. Because what does it mean to bask in your femininity? To serve. Who are you supposed to be serving? Your men. Right? So I'll put it like this. A woman is only a woman is only to her husband. You feel me? These females is a woman to Esau Edom. There you go. Right? So it says, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem. Remember, the life is in the blood. So the Most High is going to kill people in Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. Okay? Remember, he's going to put the elect through the furnace of the fire. Only ones that come out is true gold and silver. You see? So adversity in this Jacob's trouble is how you're going to kill a lot of these women. All right? The Lord is known by his judgment. So we're going to know that the Lord is doing this thing when he takes away all this shit and all these women die. So matter of fact, let's go to Micah 7 and 10. Right? And we'll end it here. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. So shall see what? The salvation, or basically the Lord is dealing with the men, even though it says it constantly in the scriptures, right? So unto you, O men, do I call. Wisdom's, symbolically speaking in the book of Proverbs. Then she that is mine enemy, see, we enemies with these women. That's why I've made the statement. There is no reconciling of the Israelite man with the Israelite woman, meaning the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American with the so-called Negro man with the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American woman. Specifically so-called black man and so-called black woman. No reconciliation. We're enemies. They have joined in league, gave their allegiance to the so-called white man, to the devil. There's nothing new under the sun. This is the same thing that happened in the Garden of Eden. All right, with Eve making an allegiance with by listening unto him, because you're supposed to be listening to your husband. Fuck you look like listening to another man when you was created for this man right here. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, and shame shall cover her. See, so when the judgment hit, then shame gonna cover her. You see, so if she didn't have shame then, that means she was shameless before. So it's talking about a bitch, as we read in Ecclesiasticus. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. So these bitches out here, right, is finally going to get shamefaced when the spirit of judgment and the spirit of burning come, when shit get crazy. Lawlessness, ain't no calling 911 to come help you. Ain't no calling the white man's police system. All right, there was something that was just viral not too long ago with a woman late at night, and I think in her apartment gym or some shit like that. Want to work? What the fuck you working out 1 a.m? Nigga come in there like following, and she talking about I'm a bodybuilder, so I think I was able to equal. He played with you, man. If he really wanted you, he could have slammed the fuck out of you, knocked you out, boom. And while you was in a coma, trying to wake up from being drugged, he could have been popping you. This is the type of shit that's prophesied in the scriptures. Yeah, thy women shall be ravished. I'm trying to persuade you women by the terror of the Lord, man. Because if you don't want to humble up now, the Most High is going to humble you. And it says it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. Anyway, verse 10 again, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Right. So we telling these women, yo, mad women going to come to us. Women supposed to be under us. And this is what the Most High says. Oh, not my Jesus. Who is that? Yahweh. Basham Yahweh Shai. What you talking Arabic? What you a Muslim? You feel me? That ain't never gonna happen. I ain't never gonna be under no woman. We equal. I'm over you. You supposed to court me. You supposed to worship me. You supposed to be romantic unto me. Well, my God say we not supposed to be doing that. We supposed to be courting him. We supposed to be fully invested in what he want, not what you want. Oh, well, where's that nigga at? Because you a bum ass nigga. You feel me? You ain't making no trips. You ain't got no money. You can't spend no $500 on no date. You can't fly nobody out. Talking mad shit, son. Talking out her neck, right? That's how you scroll on social media. Keisha talking crazy, right? So we like, word. All right. Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. When you go into that word mire, it's reminiscent in the ancient world to the roadways of dirt. And when horses and camels go through it, they would shit as they walk it. So it was a mixture of dung and fucking dirt, man. So this is symbolic of, right, of horses and camels just stepping on them. Boom. Trodden down, beast trod on the mire of the streets, man. A lot of the elect men, Lord willing, I'm of that number. We're gonna be seeing a lot of these rebellious women get put to death, man. Word up. A lot of them are gonna get put to death because they wanted to be rebellious. Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. You shall not suffer a witch to live. I put that connection together all the time, man. All right. So I'm gonna go back to Isaiah though. You know, it's the full sermon. It is what it is. Isaiah 32, verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Let's go into the Bible comparison for this. This is the NLT. Listen, you women who lie around in ease. Listen to me, you who are so smug. Let's go to the CSB. This one says, stand up, you complacent women. Listen to me. Pay attention to what I say, you overconfident daughters. See, these women is overconfident. And that's how you know talking about the daughters of Zion, because that version said daughters. You Israelite women, Keisha, Maria, and Pocahontas. But primarily Keisha and all the ones that follow behind Keisha, man. All right? Overconfident. What you confident for? Because Esau gave you that power. Oh, I see now. I know why now. Gave you that power. And it was really through the Most High, because the Most High said he was going to make a new thing. The woman shall compass a man. All right. So we got to take it, because that's what the Most High did. But the Most High is going to make the upside down turn right side up, back in his rightful order. Right? So look, right? The prophet Isaiah is saying this, but he's speaking in the spirit. So this really is the Lord saying, listen unto me, but he's using a vessel, a prophet, one of his men, to speak to it. So we say the same thing, listen unto me, but we're not talking really me. We saying, listen to the Lord. So, but we speaking the words of the Lord, man. Right? It goes on to say, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. You see, and that years really started. All right. The shit started to get lower and lower and lower. And we seeing that right now. All right. And I would say really when the pandemic started, because it's been now, 3 years now. right? And that's a lot of time. That's many years. See? So you should be troubled. When people was in house and they was all lonely and all that, not going out, this and then the third, the lockdowns and all that, they was troubled. They was like, damn, son. Right? Ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. What is that talking about? All of this frivolous dainties you getting from Esau, all these little knickknacks and shit, the little, the nice shit you getting from this society, that shit ain't gonna come no more, man. A simple walk into the supermarket is not gonna come anymore. You're gonna be too scared to go outside. How you gonna eat? All them gains you made, taking them little weight gaining pills, the BBL, all that shit about to go away. Isaiah 3. The calls like the moon, your ass and shit. You feel me? It's shit gonna get scary out here. All right. Verse 12. Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. Ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. See, sackcloth is meant for when you mourning. See, a woman should be in mourning right now, especially if they single. There's a possibility you might not be connected with a man of the Lord. So that's why it's like, yo, and if you do got a man, he ain't in the truth. Oh, and even if you do got a man of the Lord, there's not even a possibility that you be saved from him. Even if you got a child with him, you got to really continue, be consistent in this thing like we read. You feel me? So your prayer should be constantly, yo, Father, give me that endurance. Remember, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. You feel me? Verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Right. So that fruitfulness ain't going to come. You feel me? Fruitful constantly be, oh, I could do this, I could do that. I could go to Jamaica, Cancun, Dubai, Miami, Vegas, right? Hot, hot girl, city girl, oh, we up. Tongue all out, that demonic bullshit, violating, getting drunk, not knowing who you piping a new nigga. Oh, girl, he got money. Let's go in his section. You in the club, girl, we could drink for free. They got like 11 bottles of Moet and Chandon. Come on, they talking about they want us to come through to the telly afterwards. Come on, girl. We gonna get lit with the rich niggas. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. But I'm gonna jump up to verse 2 and then we'll literally end it off. I done did a long time, but hey, quenching out the spirit. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2, and it reads, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind. And I'm gonna read this in the Bible comparison too. And a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Right? So the wind is symbolic to destruction, man. You see what I'm saying? If a hurricane come and you don't got no shelter, or a tornado come and you don't got no shelter, you feel me? You assed out, right? If you in a desert and you ain't got no water to drink, you assed out, right? If you ain't got no, you ain't under no shadow, no, you feel me? And it's hot as hell outside, you assed out, right? You might die from heat exhaustion. That's the point. So it's talking about a man. A man is going to be, it's symbolic, it's metaphorical. It's poetry right here. A man is going to basically be that saving grace from when shit hits the fan. That's basically what it's saying. All right, let's go to the Bible comparison to solidify that point. The NLT says, all right, each one will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm, like streams of water in the desert and the shadow of a great rock in a parched land. See, and the Most High is so beautiful with it because he's using so-called impossible things, right? Because you walking in the desert, what is the likeliness that you've seen it? Not just a fucking stream, a fucking river, right? It said multiple streams of water in a desert. That's a miracle, man. That's like nonstop hydration, right? It says a shadow of a great rock, not just a great rock. So imagine it's you in Arizona somewhere. It's 125 degrees. You feel me? And ain't nothing to hide up under. You ain't got no umbrella. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, a fucking 50-foot tall rock in the middle of this shit. And the sun just happens to be on the side where the shadow, cause it's so deep, so long of a shadow. You like, yo, it's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that, you know, and that's pretty much it, right? So to close it out, man. Romance, don't you women in the truth, don't be expecting romance from a man of the truth, man. That's actually, you know, I look at it, that's disrespectful. You feel me? He an Israelite. He's not Roman, so he can't be romantic. He's a Hebrew, right? And he ain't all up under your ass like that because he's here to serve the Lord, and you trying to get him off his square to stop serving the Lord to serve you. That means you think you God. Crazy. So get in line like we getting in line. And when I say that, meaning being respectful, man. You see what I'm saying? Having reverence, having a healthy fear of your higher power. Our higher power is Yahweh Shai. He's over us, man. All right? Your higher power as women is a man of the Lord. All right? So ain't no romance. You want romance? Go to IURC. Go to these other camps that ain't teaching the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. Go to these niggas that got the fancy ass garments and the fucking studs and leather and gold all on them and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? We humble in this thing, man. We literally fear the Lord. The Most High could take us out in any minute. And we trying to persuade the women that do follow GMS in the offshoot camps to be in that type of spirit according to their men. So all that romantic shit is out the window when we was born again, all right, as an Israelite, man, as a prince of power. Okay? And Khan, clean, light linen. These women don't have no fear. That's really the problem. Exactly. So if you not scary of me, I'm gonna make you scared. Right? You know, and I'm not condoning no DV or nothing like that. But when a woman try to buck up against a man, right? What the man gotta do? He try to hold himself back. Like, I'll use the lion, for example. The lioness is wilding on him, wilding with the paws, right? It could be 2, 3 of them wilding. He trying to go to sleep. Eventually, you rouse the lion up, and now the nigga wilding, and the lioness is running all over the place. Oh damn, because he can kill a lioness like it's nothing. Shit, he killed the cubs that is from another lion when he take over a pride. You see what I'm saying? So again, like with a man and woman all up in your face, she wilding, scratching you, all of that. All you gotta do, not saying to do it. I'm just saying I've seen it. I mean, we've been in the hood. Let's be real. Y'all done seen men hit women. I done seen men knock out women, knock the fuck out, stomp him in Timberland boots. You see what I'm saying? But then I seen her try to get back up and still fight this nigga. Like, it's a losing battle, son. You really think your skills is up to par with a man that don't? He's biologically different than you. It don't make sense. That's like us trying to fight against what Yahweh Shah made us to do. You're gonna be destroyed, man. You see what I'm saying? You bucking up. You bucking up. You feel me? So it is what it is. So that romance shit, that's disrespect. You want your man to be all up on you, go somewhere else, man. The true men of the Lord, his full focus is on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And honestly, if you women want salvation, you would actually support that behavior. You would support him doing more videos, having more time with the brethren, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. You see he in an annoyed mood or whatever, give him some. Do the things that you know will make him happy. Why does the scripture say in Psalms, when it's referring to the elect, right, to kiss the son lest he be angry? Kiss is a metaphor to lower your ego, humility, and prove to the party that you are deserving to be worshipped. You feel me? The king put out his hand like this, and you take his hand. Yes, yes, your highness, your majesty. You kiss the son, lest he be angry, man. We're trying to appease his anger. So what you man had a hard day. He dealing with Esau all day and this and that and the third at the plantation, whatever. You feel me? Go out of your way to please him, to help him. Just like we going out of it's our reasonable service. Reasonable. For Micah 2:10. For I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Indignation is righteous anger. You sinned against. I don't want this thing to go off. I'm at 6%. Hold on. I want to make some final points, and then we're gonna close it out. See if we get this charge in here. All right, come. All right. Simple. So ain't no romance. So you Aqua, if you new into this truth and you expecting a man to be romantic unto you, that's why do you think there's a term called hopeless romantic? There's a literal terminology. Remember, we looked up the word romance, and it goes back to novels of imaginative Roman style fiction of a heroic save the day knight in shining armor type manner, adventurous things that somebody would try to do in a Roman style. Love stories and shit like that. And then love, the definition of it is varies, but you know what they mean by that. So ain't no romance from no Israelite man. Oh, if you dealing with the right one, I'm pretty sure he going rock the boat good. You see what I'm saying? He'll do that. Right? If he got kids, he'll teach them the commandments of the Lord. If he got money, he'll make sure there ain't no problems with being fed and things of that nature. Remember, in the law it says, if he getteth another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Right? In the kingdom, that's going to be fully straight. So men is trying to the best of their ability. If they committed unto you and to a certain degree, and you doing her right, that's that continuing in that childbearing duty of marriage as well. Your flesh is weak. You want that feeling of a woman, right? Your man to be inside you. Just keep it real. He can't deny you, deprive you of that. You feel me? It's cold. You need a new coat. If he a man of the Lord, you ask him properly. You feel me? Why not? And he got the bread. Or you hungry or something like that, and it ain't no wild shit or no unhealthy shit. I'm sure a man of the Lord would do, but you should be doing anything that he want in full subjection, as the scriptures say. So all that Roman shit out the window. You want that shit, go to some other camp. You feel me? We 100% trying to be saved and do what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua wants. And then now, like I've gotten asked, like I said in the beginning of the video, courting. Should a woman be courting? No, man. I mean, a man be courting a woman? No. Should a woman court a man? Yes, absolutely. I'm not a woman, but I speak as a man, but it makes sense to me in the spirit. If you ain't got no man and you understand this truth, and you have to be saved by childbearing, even if you live in a different state, shoot your shot. And that don't mean, you gonna holler at one time. You feel me? Because look, right now, y'all want to double text it anyway. There's a thing right now where you text a woman, she purposely leaves you on red, right? And don't hit you back to see if you're going to hit her back again, to see if she has control over you and that she's on your mind. You like, damn, she ain't hit me back. Let me hit her up again. And then your mind, you like, yo, I don't want to be thirsty. I feel like a simp right now, but she do look good and I want that poom poom. but let me hit her up again. And she be like, I got this nigga to double text me. He really want me. That's that fucking attention whore spirit, man. All right. So really, that's what the woman should be doing it to the man. You feel me? Because you doing it for some idolatrous reasons, man. Some Queen of Heaven worship shit. But if the man don't hit you back or something, he's really busy with doing the Lord's work. So it doesn't equate with each other, right? Don't equate. It's not the same shit. The nigga don't hit you back. He's really busy, for real. And y'all really don't want a man that's all up on you like that anyway, right? So, oh, he ain't hit me back. I shot my shot. He ain't really. It seems like he not into me. Nah, you. If yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, shoot your shot and keep shooting, man, until you give diligence to make that call in election. Sure, you like a dude, holla at him. Let him know, yo, I want to. Oh, what's up? So what? The girls might remember as a whore envieth a virtuous woman, man. You might, have to relocate. You might have to spend your money to do this. You might have to do that, whatever. It's gonna be different, but that's what this whole thing is about: to be holy, set apart. You're not of the world. You're not doing what these women is doing. So ain't no court. We look at court. A woman should be looking to seek the favor of her man. And honestly, when I went through all of the examples in the scriptures, like one of them was David, right? David was going in with with the house of David, right? His army, right? And they went to a land where Abigail, right, and her husband at the time was at Nabal, and he was an evil man, and he was about to fucking smite this nigga. And Abigail basically stopped him, and he was like, yeah, you saved your mans, right? But the Most High was so he was so wicked, the Most High killed that nigga, right? So next thing you know, she went and was like bowed down to him and showed basically he's trying to seek favor. Because that's what she did before. She was like, please don't kill him. I know he's wicked, but you ain't look, the nigga was wicked, but Abigail ain't be like, oh, I'm divorcing you. Right? She was like, this is my lot. The Most High, this is the man that I got to deal with. The Most High ended up killing her husband so she can be free, as the law says. A woman is bound by the law to her husband as long as he liveth. But if he die, then she is at liberty to marry whom she will. That's in the law, man. Right? So the next thing you know, Abigail come to, you feel me? After she done bowed down to the king, did that in the third, then she did what? So David sent his servants and was like, yo, man, go talk to to take her to be my wife. And when I read it, it wasn't like the servants was asking her. The servant said, yo, David sent us to take you to be his wife. But what did she looked at it like, oh yeah, whatever. She packed up her things immediately. She was like, oh yeah. And as soon as she seen David, she bend over on the ground, saw worshiping the feet that he walked on. And Abigail knew that there was other wives, and knew that he was going to get more wives. Right? You feel me? And we all know David was a beloved man. His name means beloved. Right? And the men that followed him wanted to be just like him, because David wanted to be really in the spirit just like Yahushua. That he knew what is eventually, because he knew reincarnate was going to come through his loins and all of that. Son of David. Right? But so ain't no court your men. Should have meant, courting you, buying this, buying that. Nah, really should be the opposite. You feel me? Because the scriptures say, for you should be redeeming the time because the days are evil. So we don't have time as men of the Lord willing, we are of that elect number, to be doing all of this other national heathen customs, trying to be all up under you, this and that and the third. You feel me? You know what I mean? As far as the material shit, to try to prove our love through you through material shit. We don't have that. We're trying to prove our love to Yahushua by what we do, by our action. And which the same thing a woman should be doing to her men. You feel me? Because how much do you really how much, and like the brother said, you see what I'm saying? They don't have no fear, so they don't think that they really gonna die like that. They don't think that this shit gonna really go down. But an elect woman is gonna make sure. Matter of fact, the brother Labanah posted something in Daughter Last Days, right? A woman in Bangladesh swam for a whole hour in the ocean to India to marry a man that she met on Facebook, knowing that she crossed the border illegally and got imprisoned. You think Keisha, Maria, or Pocahontas gonna do that shit? Fuck out of here. You feel me? I ain't spending my money. I ain't paying my flight. You feel me? I ain't. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't see you as a king, brothers. They don't see you as having slaves, as the Most High putting a crown on you and being rulers of the universe, co-rulers with Yahweh Shai. They don't really see it, man. If an elect woman really saw it, they would do anything in their power. Just like how a brother like me, man, I'm in a position. I had to go to Houston. My grandfather died. You feel me? I made sure as the preparation to go down there to link up with the GMS Houston brothers. To link up, I wanted to go to Dallas because I wanted to, meet the Apostle Ricard and the Apostle, the Elder Yashawamba Arayala. You feel me? You see, when I'm in Virginia, I'll drive an hour to go see the DC brother, GMS DC, the Elder Monaghan, the Elder Kasapagan. You feel me? I made sure to if I'm back in New York, trust and believe I'm gonna make the certain phone calls I gotta do to make sure, and I'm gonna come, bearing gifts as much as I can provide to meet the apostles, man. Whatever I gotta do, man. I really believe in this thing. So this woman, you interested in this man? You really feel like he got the character of a man of the Lord? You see him in a power as a real, true king that's about to have dominion, full submission, whatever I gotta do, man. He wants you with him. Oh, okay, I gotta set some money over here to relocate. I know shit gonna get bad. Because if you by yourself on this shit, oh man, bro. Oh man. Matter of fact, it's the last verse in Isaiah chapter 3. All right, says it. She shall sit upon the ground being desolate. Imagine being destroyed by yourself and all hell breaking loose, and marauders, white supremacist groups with the long guns, with the Dracos is walking around. And these is the same spirits that was in slavery, that was in the Roman days. You know what these niggas used to do, especially to Pocahontas? When them first pilgrims came over, they would ravish the fuck. That's why all these niggas is, I got Cherokee on my mother's side. Because these niggas used to gang bang fucking Pocahontas. In the transatlantic slave trade, they used to violate Keisha. These spirits is here today, and it's going to be the same thing happening. If you're not with a man of the Lord, there's not going to be no covering around you. We just read it in Isaiah chapter 32, verse 2, man. A man shall be a hiding place from the wind. This is the type of shit we talking about, man. Jacob's trouble. It's going to be trouble for who? You, descendants of Jacob. Men, women, children, elderly, it don't matter. Ezekiel 9:4. Understand what you signing up. Understand what's about to happen. The watchman is out here. The prophets is out here. They telling you. You don't believe it? So what? And lo, they shall know a prophet have been among them. You'll know when that time comes. You know when they put that chip and mandated. Trump just came out talking this shit that he's trying to bring back firing squads, public hangings, and guillotines, man. There's a high possibility based on them purposely orchestrating the division of America politically that Trump get back in office again. All right. And he's the one that's going against the Israelites because he's Nero reincarnated, we believe, through faith. Because when you look up, and I'm going to do a video on that, Lord willing, Nero was the one that blamed the fire and the fall of Rome on the Jews that followed Yahweh Shai. It said the Jewish sect of Christians, okay, Israelites, all right? So all hell breaking loose, they're going to blame it on us that wear these, right? And they're going to be like, yo, taking the chip, And you don't want to take the chip, they're going to cut your head off. They have the technology here already, man. Shit about to be wild. It's going to get wicked out here. Matter of fact, the beloved Elder Malcolm with the rest of GMS Chicago just did a video. I might go watch it a little later. Chaos is coming, whether you like it or not. They go by the agenda, the slogan, Ordo ab chaos, which is Latin for order out of chaos. All right? So we trying to be in orderly ways now, which is pleasing unto the Most High. So you see the men get in order, and a militant order, right? They stood upon their feet, a great exceeding army. The valley drop on Ezekiel 37, Revelation 11. In Timothy, endure in hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach. So you don't think he don't want the elect women? The elect women is going to get in order anyway, right? So you could take it or leave it, right? So shoot your shot, women. You feel me? And you got a man out there, you feel me, single, whatever, or you on it, you know, you don't trust and believe. These men that doing the video, they see you comment, Shalom. We know what's up, but what you gonna wait to the last minute? Matter of fact, there's a good scripture that I'm gonna leave off to prove that point, right? You gonna wait to the last minute to try to get yourself a man of the Lord when you know the men of the Lord, right, is your salvation. Let's get the scripture. This is Ecclesiasticus, and I'm gonna end on this for real. Chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Tarrying means to what? To wait. And put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So we know what, as a man, we know what that means. You see what I'm saying? You know this truth. We're supposed to be out here teaching it. We're not going, I don't think I know everything, Ak. I ain't going to gather. I ain't going to check in with the, you see what I'm saying? In that lone wolf spirit, like the elders say. You're not supposed to be in that lone wolf spirit. You got enough to teach the milk. You feel me? You're supposed to be making videos. You're supposed to be going out there to the highways and hedges. There's a camp in a nearby city near you, Great Millstone Camp, or offshoot camp that give double honors into the elders. Try to link up with them, man. Do whatever you can to gather with them brothers. And Zephaniah says, gather ye together, O nation not desired, before the decree of the Lord bring forth. Basically the same shit, man. Put not off from day to day. So the men know what they're supposed to do. So as a woman, you're supposed to be like, damn, how does this apply to me then? You're supposed to rehearse the righteous act. What's a righteous act? Full submission of a man of the Lord. Well, I don't have a man of the Lord. Well, you better look for one and keep praying that the Most High send you one that is going to accept you being under his authority. You see what I'm saying? Well, I ain't got the money, or I still live with my mother, or so on and so forth. Well, prayer. With the faith of a mustard seed, you were able to move a mountain, right? So if that seems like a mountain that you can't be with a man because there ain't no men around you, or no kin around, whatever it may be around you, you better, pray fervently. You see what I'm saying? The most that, because if you don't have fear, you feel me, you ain't gonna be praying because you don't think that the Most High gonna send you, or you don't think that you need a man in them times. But if you don't, it is what it is. So make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Lord means master. In the Yiddish is Adon or Adonai, my Lord. All right. In the Lashon Kodash, it's Adawan. Adawanya is my Lord or my master. And who would be a woman's master according to the order in Corinthians? For the head of women is man, the head of man is Hamashiach, the head of Hamashiach is God or Yahweh. Head meaning authority, power. So your Lord would be a man. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, man. Because you would know the Lord by a man exhuming the characteristics of Yahweh Shai. Instead of turning into Esau in his kingdom, in this society, and feminism, you should be turning into a man of the Lord, because that's the closest thing you're going to get, because the Most High not dealing with you all right, on a teaching, prophesying level, man, on the front lines. All right. So with that, man, I didn't did a whole sermon, man, but it is what it is. Hot as hell. All right. Lord willing, that was edifying unto the elect. Edifying means to build up. Build up, man. All right. So this should build you up as a woman. You feel me? This should build the men up too. So men, you deprived right now. Women is giving you prime, this and that. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to be under your vibration. If you of the elect, man, then he knows the desires of your heart, man. And before we get beamed up, trust and believe, man, they gonna come, man. I'm talking to myself as well. We have to have discipline, man. And it's hard. It's hard. You see what I'm saying? But it ain't that hard. You see what I'm saying? Philippians 4:13, for I could do all things through Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrasing. All right. Patience is one of the fruits of the spirit. All right. So we have to be long suffering, man. All right. It is what it is. All right. And it's not even about the lust part and things of that nature. It's nation building, man. Because that's what the Most High said, he's going to turn a little one into a strong nation. You feel me? So, hey, with that, man, Lord willing, let's F on to the elect. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Nawathan Ka Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Wakah HaKodash. All right, until the next time, Baba Ball, Kwame Asharala, keep the faith, whoever you are, to all you sincere Akim and Aquat out there, man. Okay, there is elect women out there. All right, you will be saved, man, if you have faith, man, if you have the elect. Shalom.